Finally tonight, a quick update regarding Danbury, Connecticut, also known as the Hat City, which is appropriate because, much like the bowler hat, Danbury is a superfluous accessory with no practical purpose that went out of style in the 1930s. Now, you might have noticed that I've taken a few cheap shots like that at the city of Danbury over the last couple of weeks, and perhaps, unsurprisingly, the people there have taken notice.
Oliver delivered a scathing sidebar smackdown about Danbury, and this is the closest snippet that we could air without getting our FCC license pulled. Watch this.
Because if you're going to forget a town in Connecticut, why not forget Danbury? Because, and this is true, Danbury. I know exactly 3 things about Danbury. USA Today ranked it the 2nd best city to live in 2015. It was once the centre of the American hat industry, and if you're from there, you got a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver, children included.
Yeah, there was. You should watch the clip. There's not, like I said, as my producer John said, there's a lot of bleeps in that one.
Okay, now, did I tell Danbury, a seemingly charming random city in Connecticut, to go fuck itself? Yeah, I did. Did I invite everyone who lives there to come get a thrashing from me? I cannot deny that. The only thing he's technically wrong about there is when he says there were a lot of bleeps in that clip, because I distinctly only heard one bleep. The second time I said, fuck Danbury, the audio seemed to cut out, and I am willing to assume that that was our fault, but you do have to remember, this network is operated by AT&T. That's right, Business Daddy. Guess who's swinging again? It's been a while since we've spoken, hasn't it? How are things with you? Me? I'm just sheltering in a void, fighting with some zip coat in Connecticut, and may or may not wish to be murdered by the co-star of Marriage Story. It's been a weird few months. We've got lots to catch up on. We should probably talk on the phone more, but I do realise that's a big ask for you. And look, I did think the people of Danbury would take issue with what I've been saying. I didn't expect them to simply sit there and cower in fear of my fists, Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry. What I didn't expect, though, was just how great their response would be, because Danbury, as one, has risen up and fought back magnificently. Take this surprisingly well-produced response from a child who lives there.
So, according to my mom, HBO's comedian John Oliver threw some shade on what Danbury is to offer. The things you mentioned about Danbury are so yesterday. Like an article from 2015. I was like 3 years old when that came out. 3!
Wow, that kid came in hot, and that is all good. The only thing I object to there was in putting my name in air quotes. Because come on, kid, this is my actual name. If I was going to make one up, I wouldn't choose something that makes me sound like a Dickensian caricature. I'd pick something incredible like J Suave or Big Johnny Two Soups. Also, for the record, that is the first time anyone has ever landed a successful burn that started with the phrase, according to my mom. Kudos, kid. But that boy wasn't actually Danbury's only defender. There was also this official response from the Danbury Hat-Tricks, their local pro hockey team.
John makes several valid points. Our railway museum is quite charming, and we do wear our Hat City moniker proudly. He did his research like any intrepid reporter should, which he is. That is, when he's not taking breaks to film such cinematic classics as The Smurfs, Wonder Park, or my personal favorite, and this is true, his iconic role as Dick Pants in The Love Guru. There is one area, though, where John did not do his homework, and that is, of course, the idea that he could give anyone in Danbury a thrashing.
Again, very good. Honestly, Danbury might want to seriously consider changing its nickname from the Hat City to the young people who seem more than capable of taking over my job city. Although I'm really not sure why they would actually want it. Yes, we both live in sad, empty voids where hope goes to die, but at least Danbury has a railway museum. We haven't had one of those since season 4.